All right, here we are with Diana Starr. Diana's going to be coming on an upcoming interview with me, Kevin Allen. That's me, Diana Starr, my good friend from Kentucky. Diana, what's going on in your world, and why should anyone really even want to be paying attention to you right now?
Well, because I have a voice. How many people you know that
You know I'm joking. It was just easy
I
with the
know
whole the head spinning, man. Come on.
it's because you know what you do? You stick that little thing in there and you get that head spinning more. So you twist the dial and it goes so my head
I'm just
spins more
saying.
because you
I'm
got to
just
get me
saying.
fired up. I'm already
Fired
fired
up.
up.
Why are you fired up? Diana Starr, Kentucky. You're a political activist. You've been involved in many movements. You got Hollywood stories. You got stories we could be talking forever about. You recently got into performing and actually rapping as a rap social conscious rapper. Would that be right?
I think social conscious is correct terminology, but I think social awareness, trying to bridge the gap with youth.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and there shouldn't be a gap. I mean, the climate of our country is so bad. We need this. We need that youth support. We need that fresh blood to stand behind us because it seems like some of us are just working. And you know what I thought of today? I got to tell you this before I go into the other
Mm-hmm.
is that we conservatives, Christian conservatives, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use that word. I'm going to use that
Mm-hmm.
word, Josh. Christian conservatives don't know how to pass the baton. So we're all in this race together.
Mm-hmm.
Visualize it. We're all in this race, and the race is long and hard, lengthy, obstacles, and we're a team, supposed
Mm-hmm.
team. So as a track star passes a baton when she gets fatigued, so the next person can take the uh, next part of the race and continue on, right, with no break.
Mm-hmm.
So we're constantly doing what we're supposed to be to reach our goal, the end of the race.
You're very. The way you use your words, it's like you're like a poet, just using words. It's almost like you can see it when you talk. You're
I did see it.
talented.
I thank you very much. I saw it today, but you're kudos to you, my friend. You're the very same way. I think that
I'm
uh,
saying it in a sarcastic way, but I do truly mean it because I do. I know we like to have fun, but I do understand. You and I relate to certain species of human race, and it's like 70 and above women and 35 to 45-year-old women, and then it's usually 12-year-old boys coaching them on football. That sounded really weird, but you know what I mean.
I know what you mean, and I know you were mimicking me because you know I can.
No.
You know I can do words and poetry, but seriously, I saw that today. But guess what the other side does? And I'm going to call them the evil ones. Okay, let's just people get mad, but I got to tell you a little. I'll tell you a little snippet. But I don't care. I'm 72. I don't care if they get mad now.
70. What?
72. You know I'm 70. My birthday was Friday. Everybody,
Friday.
hey hey.
Yeah,
Um
would you go out all night long? What'd you do for your birthday?
um. I went with my sons to a movie and then dinner, and the next day the women of my club had a surprise birthday party for me. Went out to
Okay.
dinner.
Nice,
It
nice,
was
nice.
nice. It was nice.
Good, good.
Got a lot of great gift cards. Man, gift cards are great. You can use them anywhere. If you don't
It's
know what,
good. It's good that you have a key. That there you go. I think you get it out there. Let's get Diana back on. I know you're being censored because you're a high profile activist in Kentucky. So what is the deal out there in Kentucky? You were saying there was a lot of stuff going on. Mitch McConnell, by the way, and I'm not a political guy, but just from a religious point of view, I really got to pray for that guy. I mean, it seems like there's so much going on right now in the world, and then you got these people that are, they're just antiques, and they're in these positions that they don't deserve to be in. I don't understand it.
well, it's not just you that you're staying in your position like you're a stuck duck. It's that you want to impede on my world and you want me to follow your lead and any machinations you have, which are quite a lot of them. So first thing, I they talked me into being a delegate. You know what a delegate does in a country.
Hmm.
I'm not trying to get too political, but this is a little different. So I said, okay, sure, I'll be a delegate. Put
Hmm.
my application in. I really didn't care if I was a delegate at this point. There's a lot of stuff to do in the world, including getting the word out, being on stage, speaking to people, changing culture, bridging the gap, all the things that we talk about.
Hmm.
The normal things you and I talk about, you know what I'm talking.
100%.
But 11 o'clock at night, I get a call from a friend from the committee of the local GOP. Gasp. Um, and she said, I just want you to know we left the nominating committee and your name was brought up because you had an application. But you're so controversial in the things you do that we're not sure we can nominate her to be on as a delegate because she. And did you see that video of Gucci Granny?
Who's Gucci Granny?
Gucci Granny's me. You know, I'm a rap star. Gucci Granny.
You are
Granny.
a rap star. So what's going on? So these ladies are just scared of your flamboyantness, and so now that you're Gucci Granny and you're doing rap videos, dropping videos, and I think some of the videos you got Ferraris, and there's a lot of like machine guns, and looks like I don't know if it's bags of white powder and bunny. I don't know what's going on in these videos, but what's Gucci Grammy up to? I said Gucci Grammy. I like Gucci Grammy, but Gucci Granny, what is she up to?
Granny, grandma's for Trump. You know the da da da. Gucci Granny started out as a semi parody of try. Okay, I'm not going to reach the youth by singing Amazing Grace. I would like to say I would, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
not. I'm not going to pull him into a revival of not just social political, but also spiritual revival. Just wake up. Life is not
Mm-hmm.
going to go on as it is.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of a semi parody. So I wore the braids. I wore sweatshirts and sweatpants. Big deal. And I had couple fake tats. Okay, and they said MAGA. And oh boy, did you read? Could I ever read the words of the things they called me from A to Z? But I just spoke really about MAGA.
Did you have a hit piece against you, like from like media? Didn't somebody come out and talk in the media about it, or no?
Newsweek.
What did they say?
Newsweek says pro Trump granny video um, brings out memes and jokes. But when you read the article, it was like, thank you guys. You just did a really great article about me. It wasn't derogatory
Can
in the
I
least.
ask you though? And maybe this is just me trying to really circle around the mountain here and not be so political, but shouldn't we get back to a time when we can at least have some humor, fun, energy, positive? I mean, there's a lot at stake here, and I know there's a lot of serious, but man, I miss laughing, man. I miss having a good time, and it just seems like, man, I think a lot of people just want to get back to that again, don't you?
I absolutely said the same thing the other day. I said, you know, there's more than just fighting for your country and political. If you don't feed the spirit, if you don't feed that spirit with laughter, if you don't imbue yourself with joy, you're just like, and I
Yeah.
guess they expect me to be at 72 a dud pud,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm anything but that. So I was mentioning, let's go do this to somebody, let's go this. And they said, well, da da da. And I said, hey, I'm probably one of the funnest people that you'll meet. Not trying to brag on myself, but Gucci Granny was a blast. I got up and had a real Gucci fanny pack and got out of a wheelchair like I was. And I got another one already. I've already dropped the other song. It just hasn't been released yet, called Granny Saves America. And it's with the Trump Latinos. And it's pretty cool. It's done in Louisville, Kentucky. And but what I find interesting, Kevin, is since the Newsweek, there's a lot of reaction videos out, but kids love that catchy tune. Little kids, like 5-year-old and up. So there was a child that's got some learning disabilities, 5 years old, and he heard this song on his grandma's radio. Kept saying, "Gucci Granny, I want her to come to my house." So the next time I had a day off, I knocked on his door. did a video, took him out to lunch.
Nice,
The
nice,
kid
nice.
was like, Gucci Granny, can you have a sleepover?
That's cool. You know what? And that's really what it's supposed to be. And regardless, and listen, for all the anybody who's going to be sour grapes out there, I don't want to get back into political debates. I want to talk anything that's a serious subject. I'll talk about and whatever, and I'll take a political side for me personally. But I'm so tired of the debates. But I want fun back in our lives, and I do see fun in what you're doing. So Gucci Grandma.
Granny.
No, I don't want to call you. I'm trying to think of the best way to because Gucci Granny, Gucci Grandma, Granny, Grandma.
Speaking of all that, aren't you going a little leaning my way to kind of push me and extend um,
Music reach.
my music reach out a little bit?
Yeah,
Let's
you
talk.
know, we just had I just had a call with Mr. Lee Carter actually on another discussion with another entertainer. Look at that face. She's holding a good smile, even though she's just mad at me inside. She wants to But Lee and I are going to get on a call with you again. He's definitely bouncing. I did talk to him about getting all these calls lined up. But it's interesting because music is that thing in my Christian walk, Diana, that I think entertaining, making people laugh, and making people feel good, and making people feel inspired are the things I want to do. Right? Like that's all. I don't want to get into anything else. And so I think you're doing that right now. So what's next for Gucci?
Gucci wants to
Granny?
do an album. Gucci wants to do an album.
How's she going to do an album?
I'm going to fly to Florida and have Forgiato write me an album song. I've got 2 songs now we could put
Oh,
on
so
it.
you're gonna drop names like this now? You're just gonna come on here and you're gonna think you can just drop names like, "Oh, I'm gonna have Forgiato write me something." Like you're that kind of girl.
Oh, wow. Okay. So
Okay.
since our talk the other day, I dropped some bars and put them on.
Okay.
And I was trying to think of the top 5 rappers,
Hmm.
definitely Tupac, Tupac, and Biggie. Um, and I was thinking of other, and I liked a couple of things that, like California Lovin'. Remember that?
Hmm.
And had it in there. And
Hmm.
then there was another one that I thought was really old. Once in a while, Eminem's new his old stuff. Like
Hmm.
there was a portion of his stuff I liked. So I was trying to put them all together and with some bars of my own. And I was gonna like uh like hit you up and drop them down and say, what do you think about this? I'm a great poet.
No,
I'm
you are a great poet, and you should do
I,
that. And I think you should be writing. You should be working and collaborating with other people because I think you can also look. I think something you have as a talent. You've done it with me. You see something and you give great advice, and you can give you're a good strategist that way. So yeah, you should do that.
I am. And I'm gonna say one more thing about Mitch. I'm trying to get a hold of Vivek. Not trying to go political, but Vivek. Vivek like cake. Vivek like cake. That
Hmm.
dude is a really cool guy.
Hmm.
And I think that he could do more than he is doing. I drove up and met him. I think you saw that picture
Yep. Yep.
and at dinner. And because he's so prominent in the world right now,
Hmm.
but he's also controversial. You know why he's controversial, don't you? Because he's not your stereotypical what he should be. Like he's Indian, he's Hindu,
Hmm.
and he's this, he's that. But the man is straight drop brilliant.
But he is brilliant, and one of the things is funny when I was when you and I were down at CPAC together.
Hmm.
The first time when we met down there, he was there and he was just starting to break into the space, right? And it's so funny. I like 2 times I was supposed to get an interview with him, and all of a sudden, bang! I don't know, he disappeared, or I couldn't get him, or maybe I walked away. But it was interesting because I had a chance to interview him then, and I didn't take advantage of it. I did that with Kennedy too. I had a couple chances to get Kennedy on my show. I didn't take advantage of it. But you know what? It's all in God's hands. So um, when you talk about the fun side of the world, you're kind of tiptoeing in the tulips. We'll just kind of throw it back there. Uh, do you think that there's a do you think there's an acceptance by the old conservative people, like the really crusty, rusty, old conservative white Republicans? Like, do they want to see this change that's coming? Because I feel like the big positive change in politics is the Republican Party and the Democratic Party, they're really not going to look the same. It's going to be a blended party of people that are just tired of politics, and you're just going to vote. That's kind of where I see it.
Well, you know that's been out there springing around the air about the third party situation for a long time. Truthfully, I don't know what Trump would have do if he did that, but I think no matter what, but this is what I see happening is that you have to put it in front of their faces. You have to give them a new way of presentation, like the Michael Flynn event. Okay, General Flynn.
Mm-hmm.
He actually got on the stage and rapped with me,
Mm-hmm.
and and I saw those same women that were, once again, I use that analogy or that euphemism, clutching their pearls. Same ones, not in the GOP, but just from a different groups that they just thought that was so distasteful. I'll tell you, frankly, DC even thought it was distasteful. I got a call from DC, and they was like, "That doesn't fit our agenda." But I'm not gonna. Not only am I not gonna draw in your lines, I'm gonna make my own lines.
There you go.
So
Make your own lines.
yeah,
Like you make
make
the lines inside. You do the lines here. You do all that lines and stuff. You just do it.
yeah, you just do it. So when they saw him doing that,
Yeah.
why did it take some personage of I would say fame or something for them to even get involved? Because I'll tell you, I had not experienced such a thing at anything social, political, revival, whatever you want to call it. Um, they left their seats and came down in front of the stage when he was singing Gucci Granny with me. And I've got videos of it. It's just absolutely amazing. It's like, did you go back home and set, or did you just ponder on that for a while? That maybe the guy that's tatted up uh, isn't so bad after all. Maybe did you change your views really, or did you, after that experience, did you go home and you just sat and think, what am I doing now? Because that was fun. That was straight up a blast. I kicked my shoes off and they had silver glitter heels and my formal gown. I kicked my shoes off on the stage and said, I can't wear them anymore. I've got to, and you know, it took General Flynn for you to get out of your seats and do something. So our return, if we don't feed that fun spirit, we lose a lot. You know what I mean? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
does it make sense to you what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course, of course. No, I think and I've always had that attitude, anyways. That this whole game of whatever we're doing, and I call it a game, but it's really in some ways we are fighting for the future of this country. I get the seriousness. At the same time, we're fighting for the souls. We're fighting. This is like this to me. I surrendered to. I don't work for government. I work for one and only, and that's my Lord and Savior. And that's how I work. So do let me shift over because Diana, one thing that we talk about a lot is in the world is this God, and there seems to be a lot of energy against wanting to talk about God. There's a lot of energy about how we don't want to really share Jesus, his story. I feel like there's a rebirth, and I want to ask you. You've been around a couple years more than I have. You've seen some different things. Do you think it's now? Do you think it's happening? Because I was just talking to some folks about a revival, and there's such a feeling that there's a major revival about to happen in this country. What's your thoughts?
I thought that it's about time. And I think it not only is it about time, it is the
Mm-hmm.
time. We both know that timing's everything. And and as the world closes in and cloaks us more, like smothers us with all their new rules and regulation, like today, Kentucky's the new vaping law, you won't even believe what they did. And so I'm like, this is the time because people have to have hope, and their hope comes in God. And if you're not out there talking about it, what's the Great Commission? Go into all the world?
Listen, I don't know what it is, but I do know that the overreach, the commandments are one thing, but they seems like this new generation of control freaks. They want to write their own commandments. They want to rewrite history, and we got to fight against them. And I think my job, like your job, is to bring people together. I'm all about being better. It's my motto now is be better. I can't wait to get the tattoo. Maybe we'll get a tattoo with you. Maybe I can see you getting a face tattoo because if you're going to be really a Gucci grandma, you got to get like a face tattoo like right here. Seriously.
Never,
What do you mean never? Oh, whatever you're singing.
never.
Do you want to
I,
leave? You want to leave us with some? You want to drop a few licks before we get out of this little interview, and you're gonna, hopefully come on again, and we'll talk soon. But tell everyone where they can find you, of course, right?
yeah, they can find me Gucci Granny on iTunes. They can find me on YouTube. They can get a hold of me on Facebook. It doesn't say Gucci Granny, but it's Diana Starr. There is new accounts being set up now, and they can also find me on Instagram, Twitter, just under my name. But Gucci Granny accounts are being set up as we speak. They certainly can buy my song. The new one's going to be dropped probably. Um, and just to leave you with a little titillating thing, I think the new album is going to be called Bonnie and Clyde.
Nice. I like the. I like the twist. I
But
like the
yeah,
twist. Who's your Clyde?
I'm not telling.
Well, we already know it's going to be. It's probably going to be a guy with tattoos on his face, just saying it. Hey, listen. I want you to just do a little bit of on the way out. We're going
I
to
will.
end, but listen now. There's some instructions here. I know you're a
Oh,
diva. Listen,
I didn't. I
listen,
did before. Yes, sir.
listen, diva. And then we'll do that. And then what we'll do is we come back, and then I want you to do a little. I'll come back, so don't go anywhere. Just stay in the back room. I'll bring you back in once I end it. Okay.
All right.
All right, here we go. So I'm stepping off. As soon as you don't see me, just keep on going until I turn you off. I'll just turn you off, okay?
Okay. All right. So this is Dinah Star here, aka Gucci Granny. I want you to look for me in my interview with Kevin Allen, Prayed Up Network show. You're not going to see anybody like him. We both don't color, love him forever. And man, there's work to be done, stuff to be done, talked about. And don't remain silent. You have to remember whatever you do makes an impact on the world. So look for the Prayed Up Network, Kevin Allen show, and keep going, going, going.